All right, take a look here at Austin Landeche, 12 years old, January 16th, 2015. Looking at three swings here, three different swings here from Austin. Adrian Gonzalez flipped to the right side here in the bottom right. And these three swings were taken within, 3 or 4 minutes of each other. And so we take a look here at Austin as we go through. And we'll start with the contact position because we can see that very evident. We can see how far forward we have no leverage here. We don't have good tilt behind the ball. We're out front, heads out front, okay? And then you compare that to this one and this one to where we do have leverage and we're behind the ball. So these are much better. These are very good, very solid hitting positions by Austin here. It's very, very similar to where Adrian is, very similar to where your good major league hitters are at, off the backside, behind the front. So this is where we want to be. But again, like we've talked about Austin, we need to be consistent. We need to go in there and try to go for perfection on every single swing. If we get tired, take a break. Okay. Now we look at the upper right and we look at what the back leg is doing. Okay, you can see when we load, you can see the heel, the front half of the foot come up. Okay, we allow the weight to roll here to the outside, not where we want to be. This one, again, much better, and even this bad one here, better there. Okay, and then as we go, we can see that causes us to get much less out of the back leg. The back leg doesn't really unload. You see the difference how we're off the backside over here, and on this one we get caught. We get caught back there. We don't really use the back leg properly. Okay, the back leg we really don't get any drive. It basically stays in the same place and just turns. Okay, so then that back leg's got to get ready and go every time. Okay, so again, my point here: we've got to be consistent. We've got to go for perfection on every swing. All right, let's go through and analyze Austin's swing step by step. Took a drill here where Austin is simply throwing a baseball, going through the throwing action, which is, again, really is the swing. That's basically what we're doing. We're taking the barrel in our top hand and making a two-arm, side-arm throw. Leg action, arm action should match exactly what he's doing here. That is the swing. All right, let's go through the swing systematically. Again, we'll go ahead and start from the ground up. We'll start with the back leg. The back leg has to do two things. It has to get ready, and it has to go and press sideways. It has to get ready before the release of the pitch, and that back leg is going to go sideways, pressing sideways, unloading sideways on every pitch, whether we swing or not. Okay, let's take a look at the back leg. So when Austin loads, front foot comes up, knee is quiet, and I'm good there. That was something that we worked on for quite a bit, making sure that it was quiet, and we did a good driving press from that back leg. I like the action that we're getting there from the back side. See, his back foot is turning. Has already turned over well before Adrian. So we want to allow that foot to turn over, but we don't want to force it. We don't want to force turn there. Okay. But I'm pretty happy there with what we're doing in terms of the back leg getting ready and going. Okay. Let's go to the front side. We'll start with and work our way up. Leg and foot is quiet, land square with the front foot. Okay, knee stays behind the front foot. We're kind of stepping into the seam here. And again, when I'm talking, I'm mainly focusing on this good swing here at the bottom. When we land here, the foot is square. We're kind of landing in that seam, which is causing that ankle to roll a little bit. But that's a good square front side. You can see where he's throwing here is nice and square. The knee should be bent and stabilized, and it's flexed there and stabilized behind the foot. And that's a pretty good position there with the front leg.
one little thing I see with the front knee, you can see in the throw, the front leg acts exactly how we want it to act. The knee stays, sideways to the pitcher, knee still facing the camera, and that's exactly how we want the front leg to act. If we look at our good swing here in the bottom left, you can see how the knee kind of snaps straight prematurely. That extension shouldn't happen until right at or maybe just slightly before contact. And this is usually caused by the upper body trying to turn too soon, and it's kind of the upper body actually straightens the leg. So in other words, the turning of the body forces that knee to straighten too soon. So just by staying sideways, more square, we're going to get this type of leg, which is perfect in the throw, and we're not forcing the knee into extension. So Austin, keep working this move and really feel how that knee stays bent and behind the front foot until right at release of the ball, or right until we're finishing our hands. Okay? All right, let's work our way up to the torso here. And we see here we've established that tilted spine that we want to have. It's very nicely done. Okay, and again, the feeling is the shoulders are tilted, not turned. Okay, and so we've set up really good here. We can see here in the upper left, we did not do that. Okay, we started just flying open with the upper body, rushing the hands forward, and we have no tilt and it's all turn. Okay, here in the throw, it's very good also. Okay, so that's what we want to feel with the torso. The shoulder segment should feel more tilted than turned. Okay, as we work our way up on the front side, that also includes the head and the eyes. Okay, head should feel like it stays back behind it. Okay, at contact, there's a little too much violence there with the head. Austin, at contact, you can see right as you're hitting the ball, you're kind of bringing your head forward, and then it really goes off to the side. We want to feel like that head stays quiet. Just feel the head stay back more than anything, and we've got to get rid of some of that with the head movement. Okay, the ball's already gone, but I think you're moving that a little bit before you hit it. The more quiet we can keep the head, better we'll see, and the better balanced will be with the body. The body will follow the head, and we want to feel like the head just stays back. Another thing we'll see, and again, the benefits of this body position versus this one. If you take a look at the hands and how much farther, not only his body, but the body being forward rushes the hands farther out front. And so on this swing, if we take the hands, go straight down behind the front foot when they make contact, versus here, we're out in front of the front foot. Okay, everything's forward. So not only is it a bad speed issue, but it's plate management too. You're committing sooner than you need to. All right, third and final point is the back arm. And again, that back arm, the closer we can get it to the throwing action, that's exactly what we want. So if you look at Adrian and Austin here on the right side, you can see the elbow lift. Here in our good swing down here in the bottom, we don't have quite the active back arm that we have when we throw. Okay, again, this arm action is the swing. The elbow works up, the elbow works into the ball. Okay, we work in, we want to make sure that the barrel works in front of us. Austin has a tendency to kind of pinch back instead of lifting the elbow, which kind of pulls the bat behind him. We want the elbow to lift and keep the barrel in front of you. Feel like the elbow can't go behind you either. We want to feel like the barrel works more in front of us, okay, than behind us. You can see here in this shot, the barrel's still behind Austin's head there. Okay, as the elbow works into the ball, kind of see Austin's elbow here kind of going into his side, whereas here on the throw, it's going more at the target and at the ball. Okay, now this elbow is a little wider than maybe we want. Might want to work on keeping it bent, but anytime you eliminate that lead arm, that back arm is going to tend to stretch out a little bit more than it would be if the lead arm was still attached to the back arm. Okay, we want to feel like the elbow goes more to the ball here, Austin, and not so much into the rib cage. Okay, and then as we throw out, we want to feel like we're close to finishing at contact, and then right after contact, the hand pronates or turns over. And you can see there in this good swing here, we're close to finishing. Okay, that's a perfect position with the back arm, whereas this one you can see how much bend is in the elbow. Okay, and he's turning through that ball instead of whipping through it. Bracing the upper body, letting the hands whip through down here, which is good, versus turning through it with the bent back arm here. Okay, so we want this to be a throwing action, as close to the throwing action as we can get it, Austin. So I need more lifting of the elbow here. Make sure the elbow is going to the ball. And again, our big cue here is move the elbow, not the hands. And we want to still feel like the hands, palms facing the pitcher, and that barrel working a little bit steeper right there. Okay, and remember too that the hands, you want to feel like their first move is down diagonally at the ball. The elbow moves up into the ball, but those hands are quiet until the elbow slots, and then we're going to go straight down diagonal to the ball. Okay, so you can see he's got a little bit of a steeper path here, and a little bit more of a downward move, downward diagonally to the ball move. So really work the barrel in front of you, work the hand straight down, okay, work the elbow in front of you. Okay, again, our tilt and leverage looks very good there. Okay, swing on the left. If we take that one consistently, we'll be in good shape. Let's just add a little bit of throw-like action to start it and keep the barrel steeper. Okay, you finish the hands pretty good. Look how quickly Adrian gets those hands over. You want to feel like we can turn them over behind that front foot. Okay, and we're close here, but just keep working on getting better with that. Great job, Austin.